Hey guys, what's up? South Texas Banshee again with a quick little public service announcement again. It's easier for me to talk to you guys while I'm driving, so I ain't got to worry about holding the phone or anything like that. But no, this video here is about my wiring harnesses that I sell on eBay, and then I sell them also on Facebook. Most of my sales, 99.9% of my sales have been on eBay, mainly because I tried selling on Facebook for a while and it's all right, but the thing about Facebook is if I sell 2 or 3 in a day or whatever, or I'm driving like I'm doing right now and somebody says, hey, I need a 97 to 01, and I'm like, all right, cool, send me the money, they send me the cash, and if I don't write it down, I honestly forget about it. Then 2 days later they're like, hey dude, did you get that sent out? I'm like, oh crap, man, I didn't. Nobody's ever been really upset with me or nothing about it. I mean, not openly anyway. But I try to keep it on eBay now, because when you pay on eBay, right off the bat, I hear cha-ching on my phone. It tells me that the item is sold. It's told me that it's been paid, and it says please ship now. It's in big bold letters. You click on it, you hit print label, it's done. You can't forget about it. So that's why a lot of my sales are on eBay. Now back to the harnesses and all that good stuff. My harnesses range in price from an 02 to 06, that's a bike with like the brake light and all that good stuff, $125 for that one, and that's free shipping. My 87 through 94s are like 110, 115, 97 to 01 are the same price, 95, 96 are the same price. Then all the other little custom ones like the tank mounts and stuff like that, they kind of vary in range. I couldn't tell you without looking. I think a drag mount, a tank mount drag harness is like $40, I think, and then the nose mount is like 50, because it's got the extra 25-inch stator lead with the 2 extra connectors and stuff like that. But the whole purpose for this video is that here in the last 2 or 3 weeks, my sales have been dropping quite a bit, and I'm like, well, it's holidays, maybe it's just Christmas and this and that. My wife is a insurance sales lady, and her books are really low right now too, but it's this time of the year. It's not just her, it's all of her stores. So anyway, I was like, well, maybe it's just the time of the year. So I was like, man, you know what, let me hop on there and see if anybody else is selling, or see if one of my listings are wrong, or they're just gone or something. So I'll get on there, and there's another seller, and I won't mention their name. They've been selling for years, and they don't have a real good reputation. I'm sure you'll figure it out pretty quick. You hop on there, you search wiring harness, you'll see that the page is flooded with their pictures. I hate to badmouth somebody, and I'm not really badmouthing them, I guess you would say, but I'm all about customer service. Y'all should know that by now. And a lot of you guys that are watching this right now, you're like, hey, I messaged you a week ago, you ain't gotten back, or I messaged you, you talked to me, and then you quit. I'm not putting you guys off. If you can see my phone, my text messages, my messenger messages, you would understand that it's crazy. So I try to answer you guys the best that I can. I've got text messages on my phone from over a year ago that I don't delete. There's no names to these texts, they're just phone numbers, because if I was to save John, I would have 8 or 9 Johns on my phone, and I wouldn't know who's who, even if I had a last name, because I'll talk to so many people with the same name. So I actually keep all the text messages so I can scroll back and see, oh yeah, this guy, it wouldn't rev or something like that. But yeah, I could literally go back and show you guys that I have over a year of text messages on my phone. So if I haven't answered, just keep blowing me up. You're not going to upset me. Send periods, thumbs up, something. If it's through SMS, just keep texting me. What happens sometimes is I'll be driving or talking to my wife or whatever, and I'll read it, and I'll be like, oh, good crap, I can't do that right now, because I'll be driving or something, right? So I'll put it down. Well, I've already read the message, and then 40 other people messages, and so it just bumps it way down the list, and I usually don't scroll that far. I mean, I don't think any of us do. We scroll just 1 or 2 swipes, and that's it. So you just out of sight, out of mind. So I'll always answer your questions. I try to on YouTube, but of course I do have a personal life. In the evenings I try to spend time with my kids, my wife, and stuff like that. So there's that. So back to the harness deal. I'm trying not to keep you guys and ramble on too long. I didn't want this video to be more than 5 minutes. We're ready in 5 minutes. But okay, so these harnesses, if you search Yamaha Banshee wiring harness on there, you'll see them. They're being sold by Vidos. I can tell you, when I say Vidos, you're gonna know who I'm talking about. Guys, my harnesses, and I mean, I'm just being honest here. My connections are from Switzerland. Mine are not China connections. Mine are going to be the quality that you will get if you were to purchase a brand new Yamaha OEM harness. They're the same exact connectors. They're not a copy. They're not a knockoff. They're not something you can buy on Alibaba for a 1,000-piece bag this freaking big for $30. They're not that. I do have bags of those that when I first started, I'm like, let me check this out. And I'll do a video when I get home and show you guys. I'll show you the China crap, and I'll show you what I get from Switzerland. And it is night and day. They sound different when you rub them together. They're very light, they're fragile, they're brittle. You can almost see through them. And they're a totally different color. And if you look at these harnesses being sold, those specific connectors, the 87 through 94, are more of a white color. Those are the China connectors. They're cheap, guys. If you drop it, it's just going to break like an eggshell. Heat will make it crack very easily. They're just not good connectors. The terminals inside are even different. So the newer harnesses being sold, like the square plug connectors, you can't decipher which is which from those, other than the wire seals on the back. Yamaha seal, or the seals that Yamaha, not Yamaha seals, but the seals that Yamaha uses are all black seals. If you look at a wiring harness, the little rubber seal that goes on the back of the wire, that goes into the connector, is going to be black on every connector. Okay, these connectors being sold on these harnesses are green, they're yellow. I've seen blue ones, I believe. Man, what other color was there? They're all different. Just look at them. Get on there, and you can zoom in on the picture. You know, you can enlarge it. Just look at their connectors. A lot of their connectors, their wire seals aren't even pushed all the way in. They're hanging out. And some, I'm not sure what year it is. I think it's 02 to 06. If you actually look at the connector, some of the connectors, there's no seal in there at all. It's just been forgotten, or it's either pushed in so far you can't see it. But to me, it looks like it's not even in there, because on the other 3 or 4 wires, the seal is hanging halfway out of it. It's not even sealing water out of it, or dust, or what have you. So his selling pitch is, unlike other harnesses being sold, my harnesses have all factory wiring, including Torx. Okay, like I said, I hate to do this, but a good while back, this person messaged me wanting me to make harnesses for him with Torx wiring on it, and he wanted to sell them under his name, and then of course I would get most of the profit or whatever. But I wasn't down to build a harness with Torx on it. Nobody uses that anymore. Now, guys, if you're saying, okay, but I need a harness with Torx because I have Torx on my bike, or I'm keeping it. Sun's on my face. Okay, the thing is, say you've got this mint Banshee, right? Still got Torx on it, and your harness is burnt, or you just want to replace it. Okay, you don't have to have Torx on that wiring harness. If you have an 02 to 06 with Torx on it, and you buy an 02 to 06 harness from me, with no Torx, that bike is going to run perfectly. The Torx function will just not be there. If a slide gets hung or something like that, it's just not going to kill the ignition like it normally would. If your parking brake is set, it's not going to set the rev limiter like it normally would, which is fine. We're all grown men. We know what happens when the throttle hangs. We pull the clutch in and turn it off, you know. So that being said, I mean, I'm not going to put Torx on my wiring harnesses. It defeats the purpose. This guy says, you know, again, I'll repeat it, unlike other harnesses being sold, which are mine contain all factory wiring, including Torx, a park brake switch, all this. So if you're fixing up your Banshee and you're like, oh, I need to buy a new harness, it just looks ratty. It works fine, but it just looks ratty. Okay, well, first, these harnesses I'm talking about are still wrapped in electrical tape, and they're not wrapped in the tape you get from Yamaha that's at least somewhat quality, and it's definitely not 3M. It's really cheap looking electrical tape. It's a shoddy job of wrapping to begin with. The wire is small. It's smaller gauge than I use. My wire is a little heavier, but you get better conductivity because it's a thicker gauge. Wow, I forgot where I was going. But oh yeah, so you got an 02 to 06, and say you need a new harness for it. You're like, you know what? I'm not gonna run a tail light. I'm not gonna run a brake light. I don't need that crap. I don't ride it on the highway. I just want a tail light, a working tail light, and get rid of my Torx, my park brake, get rid of my throttle switch, and all that. Well, then you go and buy this harness and you put it on there. Well, what the crap? Oh, well, I'll just trim off this one. Oh, now I'll trim this one off. Oh, my park brake is still on there. I'll trim that one off. You're going to trim off 6 connectors from that harness, and you're like, wait a minute. I could have just trimmed them off mine and been done. If you buy this harness in hopes that it's just going to fit perfectly and it's going to look nice and clean, it's not going to unless you have all that crap still on your bike. And let's face it, no one wants that stuff on their bike, guys. So my sales pitch is my harnesses have really great heat shrink on them. It's 3M FP01. You can look it up. It's not no cheap crap. It's name brand 3M FP301 heat shrink. I use 18 gauge plastic primary wire that's 100% copper and oxygen free, which means if left in the elements, it will not corrode. It's not going to turn colors on you or nothing like that. My connectors are genuine. They're from Switzerland. They are what Yamaha used on their harnesses, or still use on their harnesses. My turnaround can be a little bit longer. I don't have a big line of Chinamen putting together harnesses for me, and I don't have a stack of 100 of them. I try to keep 3 to 5 harnesses of each style on hand, but there are days that I'll sell 3 or 4 and I'm out. And it takes me an hour and a half to 2 hours to build one from scratch. I usually try to have everything cut, pre-measured, cut, spliced together, and hanging on my rack. So if somebody says, hey Kevin, I need a 9701, I can have it together in 45 minutes. But a lot of times it's still on the spool. My heat shrink is on the spool. It's all completely from scratch. So my sales pitch again is quality connections, quality work. You have my promise on that. You're gonna have good heat shrink on it. You're gonna have better wire. You're not gonna have fittings, connections that you're not gonna need on there. You're gonna get exactly what you need. It's gonna fit good, and 6, it's gonna work. And then 7, the big one, you're gonna have my tech support. I'm always gonna try to help you guys out the best that I can, and that's a promise. Most of you guys know that. The last thing that I ask today is, if you've bought a harness from me in the past, in the comment section, just write down that you've bought one and that you liked it, or whatever your feedback is on it, to let other people know about this. Because I'm telling you guys, if you buy this harness, and it's cheaper than mine, it's $89, I think it's $89, but I cannot sell mine for $89. If I do that, I'm not going to make anything. I promise you guys, I'm not getting rich off of these. I probably make $30 off each harness tops, because I don't skimp on my quality, on my products. I don't. I won't do that. And this is the problem with a lot of the people that are selling quality parts. They're getting pushed out of the market by China. China is just sweeping the Banshee community by storm. They're making cylinders, they're making pistons, they're making cranks, they're probably making transmissions. I've seen a transmission wrapped in cellophane, like a Twinkie comes in from a guy, I forgot what his name was, it's been a long time ago. He's like, oh, I got it for $100 brand new, it's wrapped in like this clear cellophane. I'm like, dude, and it was a shift drum, forks, main shafts, everything for $100. I don't know where that came from, but it had to be China. I mean, China's making everything, guys. So if you guys want to continue to get quality parts, you're gonna have to pay a little bit more. And I understand if you can't pay $115 for a harness when there's a cheaper one being sold for $90, and you can get it a couple days faster. But remember, you're gonna get what you pay for, you know. And I hate to throw up another video about buy my product, but I just want you guys to get what you need, or get what you pay for. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm on the way right now. I got a 40-minute drive to the next town. Thank Derek Bellardo. If you're watching this, I sold you a leak down tester, I believe, and it's going out today, but I'm out of supplies, so I'm actually going to the next town to try and find what I need to get you taken care of, because all of my leak down components are purchased from Danco, danco.com. I'll go ahead and tell you that right now. It's a plumbing supply store. I order everything from them. Comes in a big box, and it's easier for me. Whenever I run out of supplies, I literally have to drive all over the place to find the stuff. Believe it or not, I've driven up to 3 hours in a day just to get leak down parts for people, because shipping time is important to me. If I say it's going to be out in 2 days, it needs to be out in 2 days. And I can back that up because I can show you on my Google Maps, if I take a picture of the place I'm in, there are hardware stores from here up within 3 or 4 hours around me with stars on it that I've favorited because I can find the parts there. So not a lot of people are going to go out of their way like that. I would literally get in my truck and drive 4 hours to go get the crap that some of you guys need. It's just who I am. Call me crazy, call me stupid, I don't know. I like to help, makes me feel good, and I believe that everyone should be that way. Everyone should help each other. It's just the way we should live. 15 minutes. I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing me yap. So there it is. If you look at my harnesses, remember my harnesses are always gonna have a blue background on them. Look for my logo, look for my username. Look in the description down there. Look, oh, while you're at it, hit the like button and subscribe, please. I need y'all to like more of my videos. It helps me to know what y'all like, what y'all don't. I need more subscribers. I've got hundreds of thousands of likes and only 7,000 subscribers. I know a lot more of you guys watch my channel that are subscribed to it, so if you could please subscribe to it, I would really appreciate it. It's not gonna bug you. All it's gonna do is whenever I upload a video, you'll get a little notification saying South Texas Banshee has uploaded a new video. That's the only time your phone will ever bother you. And you can turn notifications off, but at least if you're subscribed, it helps me to continue doing what I'm doing. So yeah, I guess that's it. Thankful that no one called me when I did this video, because the last video I did about the leak down testers, every time I got about 4 minutes in, my phone would ring, and it really annoyed me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. You guys have a good day. God bless. Happy riding. If I don't talk to y'all, see y'all before Christmas. Merry Christmas. There should be a new video uploaded already just today on the 4 cylinder engine that I did, the intake assembly. I just realized last night someone messaged me about how to seal up an intake, and I said, well, watch my video, and he's like, well, I don't see it. So I looked and I was like, holy crap, I didn't upload it. So I went ahead and uploaded it early. All of my videos are scheduled to upload Saturdays at 7, but that one should have been up already. So I went ahead and put it up. It should be online already. It's called Yamaha, how to install Yamaha Banshee build intake or something like that. It'll be in the 4 library. But anyway, that's enough talking. You guys take it easy. Thank y'all for listening. Those who stuck out the whole message. Y'all have a good day. Latest.